Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and today I want to chat with you guys a little bit about why this obsession with testosterone is absolutely ridiculous and it's a waste of resources. And I'm not talking about for your general well-being and mood. I'm talking about for purposes of training, building muscle, everything else. And the thing is, everyone out there has these ludicrous ideas that because athletes and bodybuilders and other people use copious amounts of androgens, that somehow minor changes in testosterone have any impact whatsoever on your performance or training, when in reality it's nearly zero. It has almost no impact until you start getting clinically low, or you start getting above what the body can produce on its own. It's not even that significant. It really isn't. And people can argue all they want. Well, you can argue free testosterone, you can argue fluctuations, right? They'll bring up all this silly stuff. The data doesn't support your ideas, guys. That's why I laugh when people say stuff like, well, guys who go on TRT are at a big advantage over guys who produce the same peak amounts because they're there all day. As if those fluctuations matter. They don't. It's a nice hypothesis. It's a nice hypothesis, but it doesn't pan out when it's actually studied. They don't really gain more muscle. They don't. Because fluctuations inside the normal range have almost no impact. So here's what I would say to a lot of guys. Unless you are planning on pinning it, either through your doctor or on your own, you shouldn't care at all. You can't impact it meaningfully enough by focusing on it. And I'm not saying our lifestyle doesn't impact it, but what impacts it? Half these guys who are out here putting out information about how to boost your testosterone also promote lifestyle choices that reduce testosterone, which is kind of hilarious, isn't it? All right, they'll say, well, you do this and this and this, and you can have super male testosterone levels, and then they'll diet down to 9% body fat. You want to watch your testosterone levels tank, diet down to 8 or 9% body fat, then go get your blood work checked. Your healthy, robust testosterone is going to drop. Now, people say, but can't being too fat do that also? Yes, but not as much as too lean. It is actually a much, much smaller negative impact. It really is. And it certainly doesn't affect muscle growth. Right? There's no negative to your muscle growth or any of that to that. Because people will point out, well, isn't it causing more aromatization because they have a higher body fat? Sure. But estrogen is anabolic also when combined with testosterone in the body. In fact, elevated estrogen in a high testosterone environment amplifies the strength of your testosterone for building muscle. It increases it. A lot of guys seem to be clueless about that. Whereas when you just diet down really lean, what happens? You lose both. They both go down. They both go down. All your hormones go down. Well, that's not good. Or they'll say, well, if you eat all of this red meat or saturated fat. Sorry, but the data doesn't support that. And I love steak. I mean, for the record, you asked me my top 3 favorite foods. A good steak is in that top 3. I love steak. I'm very pro red meat. I eat it in moderation, but I love it. Right, I originally grew up on a ranch, and I eat my steak blue. So I like it barely cooked. I like either very rare or blue. So I'm a steak eater. But you know what? It doesn't boost testosterone. Not to any meaningful degree. There's some old data on that. It doesn't turn out to be the case. So people talk about all this stuff about boosting testosterone. But if you just live a healthy lifestyle, guess what? Your testosterone is going to be optimized, short of having to go to drugs to change it. Because there are drugs that doctors can prescribe to try to boost you back up besides just testosterone. But short of going a pharmaceutical route, really the only things we can do is to just live a healthy lifestyle. What do we mean by that? It's pretty simple. Stay at a healthy body fat. What do we mean there? Don't get obese. And don't get shredded. Okay, there you go. There's real big on the list. That's important. Be healthy, not at the extremes. strength train, do your little conditioning work. Strength training and being in shape tends to optimize your body's ability to produce hormones. Okay? So far, we're just looking at having a healthy lifestyle. But is that even a surprise? I want people to think about that for a moment. Should it even surprise you that having a really healthy lifestyle and being fit and healthy would optimize different things going on in your body to be optimal also? Because what is it that we're shooting for? You start talking about having optimal testosterone, you're just talking about your overall health. What else can we do? Not have any dietary deficiencies. Eat a well-balanced diet. Right? Eat a well-rounded, well-balanced diet where you're not deficient in any vitamin or mineral. Or essential fatty acid, for that matter. Dietary deficiencies. And when I say optimize, eat a good diet, that doesn't mean, oh, well, I saw this study, there's such zinc, and so you go supplement a bunch of zinc that you don't need. Well, if you're supplementing zinc in your diet sucks. You're not following my advice anyways. All right, you already broke it. You shouldn't need to supplement zinc. And also supplementing zinc can create dietary deficiency. It causes malabsorption of copper when it gets too high, particularly when you're supplementing it. You're back to having an imbalanced, deficient diet because you added in a supplement. So having a balanced diet, not being deficient in anything that your body needs to perform. How about you limit alcohol? Limit smoking. Actually, you shouldn't be smoking anything. That includes weed, by the way, and that includes your vape pens. Stuff will kill you. How about avoiding alcohol, though? Alcohol reduces testosterone. So far, what do we have? Oh, get lots of sleep. Get 8 hours of sleep every night. Every single thing on that list is just part of what we should be doing to gain muscle and to be fit and be strong and healthy anyways. In other words, all of the things that I listed are just part of a healthy lifestyle. You don't need to think about testosterone to maximize your body's current ability to produce testosterone. You don't need to even know what testosterone is. You don't even need to know the word. Why? Because it doesn't matter. You don't need to think about it. If you are doing these other things, you are doing literally everything that is humanly possible to optimize your testosterone short of using a pharmaceutical substance. So therefore, you don't even need to think about it because all of it that I listed was being in shape, lifting, doing cardio, staying in a healthy body fat range, which is a pretty big range, getting plenty of sleep, not being deficient in anything in your diet, and not putting poisonous things into your body like alcohol. Okay? That's everything you could do. It's just part of being healthy. In other words, the only reason you ever need to think about your body's testosterone production as a man is if you are planning to put testosterone into your body exogenously. That's the only time you ever need to think about it. Because even if you go get tested to see if you qualify for TRT, you're doing so with the intention that you're going to get an injection from your doctor. Because there's nothing else you can do about it. Right? So there's no reason to care about it outside of that. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.